Hello everyone, Joy here, Royalty Tiny Home Creators. Well, I thought today, I can't really show it all to you, but I'm going to talk to you today about how 5 people, husband and wife and 3 children, can live in a 30-foot by 8-foot camper, living tiny and with a pull-out. So, like this room that I'm in right now, it had 4 bunks in it. And underneath the bunks, or the bottom bunks anyway, there was storage. And you could reach the storage from outside. The key, you could lock it up and get in there. And then it had a stand right here that you put a TV in and had doors on it that you could put things in. So, but it had 4 bunks. I took all the bunks out because I didn't need them. But if you were going to have 2 dogs, husband and wife, and 3 children, and you might say, well, what if one of them's a girl and or boy, and you got boys and girls? Well, it's just one of those things where you have to learn to be accustomed to things, and so like for me, the you'd want to keep the door open that you could get out at all times. And when the bottom bunk was there, all you had to do is reach over, open up the door, and everybody could scurry out. So I would keep a bunk across there and a bunk across the bottom, and it has the storage you could reach from the outside when you opened up the door too. So it was underneath the bunk. So you put 2 bunks over that way, and possibly put if you have 2 boys, put the 2 boys and the 2 boys over that way, or girls or whatever, and you can fix the bunks up there so that they have their own privacy and stuff like that, and then underneath the bunk that's here in this by the window, then underneath there you can fix, like if you got 3 children, you can fix up like 3 areas there that little desks that they could work at, and you put it in there like as if you would a bunk, but a little bit higher, and then you make it like into a desk. Now I know you can buy regular bunks like that, but I think they would be too big for something like that in here. Too big and clunky. You would want it to, so when you go, like when you're looking for campers, make sure that the one room along towards the end is just all bunks. And take if it has 4 bunks in there, take the 1 bunk out and take it and fix it into, use the same material that the bunk is built out of, and underneath there build you a desk for the kids. Now the closet or the stand that would be in between there is, you put a TV in there and everybody can watch the TV from where they're at. Even though you got their little spaces private, you got a curtain across there for them, and they can keep their different toys and stuff up in there with them to have their own privacy. And then underneath here, then they can have the 3 spaces or 2 spaces, 1 space, whatever, for doing their schoolwork and stuff like that. And which naturally probably you're going to have to homeschool them, depending on where you're living at and stuff. But But this closet here, in the top part, a fairly big TV up in there. Then underneath, you can have like a little, you got doors that open up like that. You can have like a little hanging closet for them to hang up some of their clothes. And and where this desk is, you can like, I personally would make it out of a dresser, a long enough dresser that would fit in here, and had at least 4 drawers. Because you would want enough space where they could keep their books and stuff like that, and their papers and stuff that they're working on in one drawer. And then down below, then 3 more drawers. They wouldn't be real big and thick, but you could do it. Or you could do like 6 drawers. Have the dresser long enough that it had 6 drawers in it, about that wide each. And one side could be for um, all their clothes, and then you'd figure it out how it would be best for you and your family. So I have seen many people have five, a family of 5 living in a camper this small. And the reason why I say this is because, first of all, we need to save money in this time and age. I mean, if you want to eat, because the prices of food is outrageous, and the prices of everything is just outrageous. The rent, everything is astronomical. So if you want to, like have a roof over your head, and you've got a roof over your head, and you've got children that you don't want to live out on the street with. Naturally, nobody wants to live out on the street with their children. So a camper, if you can't afford anything else, to me is the best route to go. Because a tiny home, I know there are many people out there that do not have thousands of dollars to have a tiny home built just for them, or go out and buy a tiny home that maybe suits their needs. But as far as a camper goes, you can restructure it and use the same material, and or like I said, underneath the one bunk you could put, this is 6 foot this way, a little over 6 foot this way, and you could get a tall enough dresser with 6 small drawers in it, and some for clothes and some to keep the books and stuff like that in there for them to do their schooling there, and it would be a nice little desk for 3 people. And yeah, and maybe and some of them fold up chairs, and small fold up chairs that you just fold up and you can put off to the side. But I mean, it's hard to show that in here because I tore all my bunks out for me. So, but yes, it's possible for 5 of you to live in a camper, and live well. And but there's so many people that worry about it, and plus it'll bring everybody closer together because you're all in here together. But it's very possible. And do some research for yourself. I mean, go on YouTube and look up campers and people that are family of 5, sometimes even more so than that, and get your creative juices going. But make sure you get a camper that has one whole room that has at least four bunks in it, and then go from there with your own lifestyle. And put your man to work in his ingenuity and his creativeness, and you too, and come up with a space for your children in that one room. And as far as your bedroom, which most campers like mine does now, some of them can come in from both sides, and you can go straight to your side of the bed. But there's usually closets on each side. Now mine has closets on each side, and then has a closet at the foot of the bed. Not much space, enough room for a queen size bed in there. So, and then of course the living and kitchen area is where everybody can have family night. Because the TV, there's a special spot right there for the TV in this particular camper, and most of them nowadays do have that. Now the older ones, they're a little bit more, harder to work with all that stuff, but you could get you a really nice. Like I said, didn't tear it out. I removed the table set up out there that had storage underneath it, and the pull out bed that was like a couch, but it wasn't a pull out bed. It was just a let down thing, like a futon type thing. And I took them out, but right now I got a futon there and a chair and different things, and that's to make me comfortable. But for a family of five, if you want to sit down and watch television together, you get one of them sort of like an L shape, but like a curved couch, a curved L shaped couch, and nice and soft and comfortable, and put it out there where you all could sit and watch and have family night together. And of course your little kitchen. The kitchen, mine right now, it has the 3 burners of propane, and you've got places that you can hook up like hot plates and stuff like that. Microwave, a place for the microwave up there. And so yes, it's very possible for a family of 5 to live in a camper with a pullout. It might be a little tight if it didn't have the pullout, but if you want to go in that direction, go out and look and make sure everything make sure it's got plenty of spaces that you can do for storage, and know where you're coming from and what you want to do with your life. Do you want to homeschool them? Let them have the desk in their room, a place to hang some of their clothes, and the dresser to put some of the rest of their clothes and stuff in. So if you use your ingenuity, and I know a lot of smart people out there, a lot of creative people out there that could take a camper like this with children and live a fine life, and have all the food that you wanted to eat. Put your money into, instead of paying rent to somebody else and making them wealthy. I mean, I've done the rent scene for a long, long time. Now, if I didn't have my daughter to set my camper on the site, I probably would go to like an AOL or whatever you call them, HOL, AOL, whatever they are, and it's a lot cheaper to set your camper in one of them because they supply you with the electric. Of course, you have to pay for it, and the lot rent for your camper. And of course, if you got propane, if it's got propane and electric in it, so forth and that, you pay for the electric that you use there. And the internet is, all included in the setup, but the electric, I believe, is separate, and of course the propane. But that to me, it would be the cheapest route to go right now. And in fact, I would do it before they start changing the laws more and more and more. That's not going to make it possible to do that. And especially if you get your own land or something, before they start putting the new laws and statutes and the zoning laws, so you could be grandfathered in. Now, I'm not too sure about how the grandfathering works nowadays, but it used to be that if it was a certain way and you were already on there, then they couldn't change the laws for you. It was already grandfathered in. So that is my idea about going tiny, because you can save worlds of money like that. And I'll do another video on how the different ways of that you can save money, especially with a family of 5, and teach your children how to acclimate to changes, because there's surely going to be changes everywhere we go. Humanity is changing, ever changing. So that, I don't have a family of 5. Now, we did, however, family of 5. We lived in a truck camper way back when, in my younger days. In my children's dad's younger days, and the kids were small, we had animals. We had cat and dogs. And it was an older style truck camper that sit on top of it, and you could take it off whenever, or whatever you needed to do to go whatever. And it had a bed for us, me and my husband, and then it had one bed for the kids. I mean, we worked it out. Had a little kitchen, had a little bathroom, and we lived in that out in Arizona. And for, I don't know, quite a while. It can be done, is what I'm saying. And as far as the food prices go, now I see a lot of people putting recipes and stuff like that on, but here's what I think about that. First, I'm not a really what you call a recipe girl. Now, I have eaten well-made meals and stuff like that at restaurants, and people that did the recipe thing. But I know you all out there are way smarter than me. And you know that when you're hungry and you ain't got the money, you're not going to go out and buy a big steak and try to be all fancy and everything. You're going to be wise. You got, for a family of 5, maybe you got $20 a week to feed them. On one meal a day, they're not going to starve to death. But I picked up at the Dollar Tree. Now, and I know it's not particularly good for you, but if you're hungry, you're going to eat it, and you're going to stay alive. I picked up 3 packages of bologna for $1.25 each package, and each one had 7 slices in it, and of course a loaf of bread, a quart of milk for them to drink, and maybe an apple, maybe an orange. Buy a bag of oranges for the week. I mean, I know you all are smart enough that you don't need to sit down to the table with a big recipe and trying to figure out how you're going to feed your family. So I'm not going to do any recipes. I know you all are smart enough to know that when you're hungry, how to go be able to feed your family. So that's my video for today. Go tiny, you guys. Quit pay. I know, I know. Y'all want big, nice, fancy houses, and it looks really nice and everything. But with a little ingenuity, you can take a camper. And I say camper instead of an RV because if that RV is your only mode of transportation and it breaks down, so have that extra. You got the camper, you can pull the camper. The camper, only thing that's going to really break down on the camper might be the axle or something like that. That you can take, but you still got the truck to haul it. So when you're doing these things, sit down and live intentionally. Think it all out intentionally, what you would need to be content in your home. And it's still going to be cheap. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And as a man thinks in his heart, that's the direction he'll go in. And if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right either way. So I say go tiny. And if the only way you can do it is a camper and you got 3 kids, 4 kids, whatever, pick the camper out accordingly. Go look at them. When you ain't got nothing to do, go for a Sunday drive somewhere, all of you together, and go around and look at the campers. And they don't have to be brand new. Go look at the used ones. Look at on Marketplace and different things. Use your Sunday to go. Not only enjoy a drive, but to go pick out your next home. Okay? Love y'all. Have a great day. And my nose is itching because I put a little bit of makeup on and I'm allergic to all that stuff. But okay, we'll see. All right, love y'all. Talk to you later. Have a great day.